Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here for another episode of Magic Duels. So at the end of my last episode I had finished Gideon's campaign and now I will be moving on to Jace's one. So I'm Jace Bellerin, a 13-year-old, I think I read that last time didn't I? Why the hell is that like spazzing out there? That's really weird. Apparently if you like have your mouse like above here it kind of spazzes out over Liliana's campaign. That's very weird. So yeah, we're starting Jace's campaign. Now I've heard this campaign is quite annoying. I'm hoping it's not going to be that bad. I did manage to face some proper annoying duels last year, so I'm hoping this one isn't as bad as some people have been making out. But you often seek the solitude afforded by the apex of the Mage Ring. It's the only place where your thoughts of others can't reach you and bombard your mind. Usually it's quiet here, but not today. Okay, let's dive right in. You may notice that my gold is considerably higher than it was on Friday last week. I've been grinding quite a bit of gold over the weekend, apart from most of yesterday afternoon / evening, because the servers went down. So I was kind of doing it most of Saturday and part of Sunday morning, and then yeah, the servers went down again, which was rather frustrating. So let's have a quick look here then. So what have we got here? So we've got a couple of blind phantasms, which are quite nice. We've also got some separatist void mages. Now, do I keep this hand? Let's draw a new hand, see what else we get, because I would like an earlier drop. Okay, so we might have to keep this one. I mean, we've got 3 mana. We've got a blind phantasm and a phantasmal dragon, so we've got mage ring bullies. Okay, so there's some kind of red deck. Interesting. You have to forgive me if I make any misplays. I had a new mouse turn up today, so I'm still trying to get used to. It's quite a bit more sensitive than my older mice. I might have to go and turn that down at some point in like the window settings. It's quite weird. Got quite a high DPI or something like that, which I'm not used to. So we'll play a second mana. So creatures your opponent controls gets -2/0 until end of turn. Now I don't really want to play that yet. Phantasmal Dragon will obviously be a nice turn 4 drop by the looks of things, or Separatist Void Mage. That's going to be quite useful, I think. Oh, we have to press continue again, don't we? Because I've got something I can play. Not because of hold priority, which they removed since the last game, but which I don't think I ever made use of. I didn't realise that was a thing until it got removed for this game. So, alright, let's play an island and we can play the first of our blind phantasms. Now, I probably want to play both of these because they're both fairly good. And unlike the Phantasmal Dragon, they don't get removed if they just become the target of a spell or ability, unlike the Phantasmal Dragon, which does. So while it's very powerful, it's quite fragile if it just gets hit by any kind of burn or... So he's played nothing so far, which is kind of concerning, and all I'm getting is mana flooded as well. So let's swing him with the first of my blind phantasms and see if the bullies have got anything. Which they appear to, so I'm going to drop the Phantasmal Dragon now and hope that it sticks, which would be quite nice. Which of course it doesn't, it's going to get Volcanic Geyser, so at least I draw out a bit of removal there. It's not the end of the world. So as you saw, any kind of... all he had to do was basically just play 1 mana and it removed it, so I thought that might be the case somehow. At least I've still got the Void Mage and the Blind Phantasms to come, which is quite nice, so... What do we get here? So we got a Psychic Spiral. Shuffle all cards from your graveyard into your library. Target player puts that many cards from the top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. That's fairly cool, so that might be more useful later on, but we're obviously going to swing in with the Blind Phantasm for now. I want to save this until I've actually got a creature to play it on. So I'm assuming I'm probably playing, if it's mono red, it was either going to be aggressive or pure burn. So by the looks of things, it is pure burn. Now this is going to be useful because at least I can shuffle back in my creature cards back into my deck. I have no idea how many creatures or anything or what kind of spells I've got in this deck, as it's a pre-built one and it doesn't allow you to see that. So this seems like a fairly superfluous card for a deck which has no creatures, but it does. So Flying Haste. Okay, so I'm about to take 4 damage. But he did nothing. He didn't swing, which is kind of weird, but never mind. So what did I manage to draw there? Nimbus of the Isles, flying. Okay, that's quite nice. So I can potentially play this soon, but what I'm probably going to do pre-combat is play the Separatist Void Mage and bounce his Volcanic Dragon back. So I'm going to ping you. Yes, I would like to use that ability. And then we're going to 1 in, 1 out. Very nice. Apparently I got an achievement for that, so... Apparently bouncing one of his creatures as I play mine unlocks an achievement. That's what I'm looking for. So just going to hit continue there. So I'll probably play this next turn, as it is a flyer, so I can potentially block that dragon for at least one turn. See what he does. Yeah, he's replaying that dragon, which I thought he might do. Okay, so it's my turn. Nice! That is just the epitome of the top deck. We'll get another Separatist Void Mage. Yes, I would like to use his ability, please. And then we can swing him for 6, which is quite cool. There we go. So we're almost going to be pushing through enough. I think we will be pushing through enough damage next turn just to finish him off. Especially if he plays that dragon again, because he can only block one of these, and he's only got 6 health left. So here's hoping that he replays that dragon and taps himself out. Would be quite nice. So he's playing the Furnace Whelp this turn, so it's a 2/3 flyer. Okay, again, not helping him. He needs to play at least 2 here, I suppose. And he's playing an Inferno Fist, so interesting. Is he sacking the Inferno Fist? He can only kill one of my creatures here. We're going to try it. Let's see what he does. I'm guessing... no, he can block one of these and also sacrifice Inferno Fist, I suppose. That's pretty clever. Is he going to block? He is. And why would it not pause timer? I'm hammering spacebar and it's not pausing the timer. I was going to play Turn the Tide there to keep one of my creatures around, but no. Is my spacebar actually working? I don't think... Is this one of the glitches that you get with duels sometimes where the spacebar doesn't work? Oh, that might explain a few things. That's quite annoying. Yeah, I was hammering spacebar and it wasn't actually doing anything, so I would have had to actually press stop timer there. That's rather frustrating. Oh, I accidentally changed it. Let me go to controls. That's what I've done there. So apparently I've managed to bind it to another key, which is ridiculous. So that's actually my fault, so ignore that. That's completely my fault, not the game. Now I can stop timer again with spacebar. Right. So he's replayed that dragon, which I don't care about. So unless he plays something else, he's pretty much doomed. That's all he's got. Okay. So we've got mana, which I don't care about. So we're going to try and go for the win here. So we're going to have to get one of these through. So even if he has a removal spell for one of these, I should still win. There we go. Excellent. So that's the first of Jace's missions done. We managed to fight off the bullies. And we get 10 gold for our trouble. So it's 600 gold already. So that's 4 packs we can open up at the end of this episode, which is quite nice. Yeah, so that was what I suspected it was, and our deck has been upgraded. I don't know what with, hopefully some counter spells. So, enraged by your defiance, the bullies throw you off the ring. You desperately cling to the edge, and before you know what's happening, you telepathically force one of the bullies to save your life. You've won the fight, but the danger your abilities pose has become painfully apparent. Okay, so a Sphinx named Alhamarat arrives, having heard about the incident. He's a mind mage and a political arbiter. You leave your home to train with Alhamarat, hoping that he can help you control your abilities. He frequently tests your progress. Okay, let's dive right in and see how well we do. Oh wow, he really is a Sphinx. He looked quite human just from his avatar, but when you actually see his full body with the wings, yeah, he's most definitely a Sphinx. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, he looked almost human there, but from his full portrait, yeah, very odd. So what have we got? We've got an Azure Mage, so I can use it to draw cards, which is quite nice. We've got one of these Separatist Void Mages again, and we've got Divination, so I think I might keep that hand. It's not too bad. One more land would have been preferable, but I can always restart the duel if it's too much of a nightmare. So there we go. There's a third land anyway. So never mind. We're all right. We're all right. So he's playing a mana there. So we're going to drop the island and then the Azure Mage. Don't really care if it's pre-combat because what's he playing here then? Counter target spell unless its control plays X. Oh great, fantastic. So he's another mono blue deck. Fair enough. So I'm going to have to deal with some counters here, and I don't have anything to counter his counters. Fantastic. So yeah, things like Phantasmal Dragon could be removed by bounce as well. So we've got Wall of Air, which is a 1/5 defender. Fair enough, and it's a flyer. Not the end of the world. So So we're going to play another island here. Oh, we do have... we've got counter now. Excellent. Well, I'm probably going to play the divination here while he's tapped out. There we go. So we're going to draw an island and another phantasmal dragon, which is quite nice. So at least you can play one of them next turn. Or at least start trying to. At least we've got our own counter spells, which is nice. Nice indeed. We've also got ourselves a blind phantasm. So I'm going to try and drop the phantasmal dragon and see if he counters. See if we can draw out another one. Nope, he's going to let that stick. Although, like I said, bounce will kill this instead of bouncing it back to my hand. So he's playing an inspiration at the end of my end step. So he gets to draw 2 cards. Is that... I've never realised, but inspiration, target player draws 2... I suppose that the reason that costs an extra mana over divination is it's got the kind of the ability to choose who draws cards. So I suppose you could use it as a kind of like a mill card as well, which is why it costs the extra mana. Always wondered that. So, or just noticed it. Sorry. So flying. Whenever a source deals damage to Bell Tower Sphinx, that source's controller puts that many cards from the top of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Okay, interesting. Fair enough, so I've got to be careful there. What do I want to play this turn? So we'll hit continue. We'll try attacking with the blind phantasm and see what he blocks with. I mean, I might have to burn 5 cards if he blocks with the Bell Tower Sphinx, or I could just push through 5 damage, which he's going to allow me to do. Let's just play another phantasmal dragon while we've got the while he's got no mana open to counter it, so we can get another 5/5 down. Another 5/5 flyer, of course. Also got the Separative Void Mage to bounce back cards to push through damage later on as well. Sphinx's Tutelage. So whenever he draws a card, I have to put the top 2 cards of my library into my graveyard. If they're both non-land cards that share a colour, repeat this process. So basically, unless every time he draws a card, I have to basically put the top 2 cards of my graveyard deck into my graveyard, and if one of them isn't a land, I have to do it again. So that's kind of annoying. Especially if this is a mono-colour deck as well, so... what did he just play there? He played a Murmuring Phantasm, so I don't care about that as my creatures are still currently flying, so... what do I want to bounce? I suppose I could bounce back his Bell Tower Sphinx here. Just because if he blocks with that one, I have to burn even more cards. So it looks like he's trying to mill me, so I'm just going to bounce it back. Pre-combat. And then we'll swing in with the 2 5/5s. Just got a text on my phone. I'm just going to get that out quick while my damage is going through. It's the wife saying she's going to be late home from work, so I've got plenty of time to record apparently, which is quite nice. So he's drawing a card, so I have to put... thank God for that. One of them was an island, so I did not have to worry about that. So here comes down the Bell Tower Sphinx. Unfortunately, I could not cancel it. It's not the end of the world, though. Okay, so we've got a Nimbus of the Isle, sorry, not Nimbus Wings. It's basically, it's my card, it's a Nimbus card. Hello, Nimbus. You're now one of my favourite cards just because you share a name with my my handle. So, I'm just going to hit continue. I'm going to swing in with my 2 Phantasmal Dragons again. If he blocks with either of these, if he blocks with the 2/5, I do not care. I don't mind burning 5 cards at this point. So he's going to make me burn 5 cards. It's fair enough. So I burned 5 cards, so what did I lose? Mostly mana by the looks of things. A Phantom Warrior and another Azure Mage. Okay. I mean, I could do Psychic Spiral here, which could be quite interesting. Or I could play no, I'm going to save the cancel. I want to see what he plays this turn first. So I have to burn 2 more cards, because apparently I burnt a land. What do you play here then? So this is a 1/4. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, that creature's controller puts the top 2 cards. So this is definitely a mill deck, so I'm going to counter that. Just because I've got a counter in my hand, so... And I feel like being a troll. And what have we got here then? So look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of those... Okay, that's fair enough. So we've won because he's got no mana open, and I've got 2 5/5 flyers, so this campaign is going remarkably well so far. Don't know what people are on about. You know, you could have like good luck like I do, apparently. Swinging with the 2 flyers, just to, you know, really kick him in the crotch. Send him to -5. We didn't even get 1 point of damage against us, which is nice. Goodbye, Sphinxy. And we get 20 gold for our troubles as well. Very nice. So we've got upgraded deck. So you've bested Alhammarat and proved your power, but something's gone wrong. Energy swells around you and it feels as though you're rising away from Vrid itself. Alhammarat dampens your magic, pulls you back and wipes the incident from your memory. Okay, so that's nice of him. So Alhammarat believes you are ready for a real mission. As an arbiter for peace, he needs up-to-date intelligence from the front lines. You infiltrate a rebel camp, use your mind magic to defeat the guards and learn their battle plans. Okay, I think we can do that. I might try and push through and do the whole of this campaign today, depending on how long this particular one takes. So let's see how it goes. So I want to try and push out the campaign for as long as possible. Well, I don't want to drag it out too long, but neither do I want to not have enough gold. I want to basically have most of the cards unlocked before I start playing multiplayer games. Now, I'm going to draw a new hand. Yeah, that's slightly better as we've got the Sphinx's Tutelage, the Azure Mage, and the Cancel. So that's a much better starting hand. I do like the Sphinx's Tutelage to actually kind of burn down my opponent as well. Okay, so we're playing some kind of black deck at the moment. Don't know if it's mono black or not. We shall see, shan't we? Excellent, another mana, so we can play the Azure Mage this turn. Get a creature on the board with the ability to help me draw cards later on in the duel, which is always nice. So yeah, if this duel takes me up over 20... Well, saying that, I might do this one and then open up some cards as I've been grinding them out. So here we go. So let's play another island, and I think I'm going to play... Well, let's swing him first while he's got nothing on the board. And then I think I'm going to play Sphinx's Tutelage. And also, whenever I'm playing things like Divination or using the Azure Mage, that will also trigger this one as well. So this is a really good mill card. And it's actually got Alhammarat on it as well, as that was his portrait. This isn't quite so good against non-monocoloured decks, I suppose, although if they still have to mill 2 cards every time I draw a card, so this is very good for like mono blue decks where where you can mill and draw cards at the same time. So he's played a 3/2 Ghoul. Fair enough. I do have my Nimbus of the Isles to play though. So I draw a card, so obviously I target him because he's my only opponent. Will be slightly different in Two-Headed Giants, so this is definitely a mono black deck, so if he hadn't discarded that black one there, he would have been forced to discard 2 cards. So I'm going to play the... also, this is not... again, so the reason this is 1 cheaper is it's also a sorcery card, because I think the other one that's 4 mana is a... Oh yeah, I draw 2 cards, don't I? So he mills potentially between 4 and 8 cards. Nope, because apparently every other one of them was a land, which is interesting. Got ourselves a nice Blind Phantasm as well, which is cool. Yeah, sorry, I just realised that this one's a sorcery, whereas the one that allows you to draw 2 cards is in fact a instant, so you can play it on your opponent's end step, whereas that is a sorcery card, so I can only play it during my turn. Squelching Leeches. Power and toughness are equal to the number of swamps you control. Okay, that's fairly terrifying. I possibly would have liked to have countered that, but... So I've obviously got to choose him to mill more cards. At least I'm milling all his lands by those things. He's just like milling lands almost every turn, which is absolutely mental. So I think we're going to play the Nimbus of the Isles here, or do I force him to mill more? Now let's play the Nimbus of the Isles first. Get out of the way. We'll go for a mill as a kind of secondary win con, I suppose. If we're really struggling, I'll just mill him the hell down. If I can, of course. So he's now swinging in for 8. I mean, I could double block this 5/5. Or I could just kill off his 3/2 and let the 5 damage go through. Or let the 8 damage go through. I'll let the 8 damage go through this turn. Then see what I get, basically. I may have to restart this duel by the looks of things. I don't think I've quite done enough, so 5/3 is very terrifying. So he's got a Miller card. Ooh, we did get a 5/5 though, which is nice. Let's drop you. So I mean, I could keep milling him, I suppose, would work out quite well. I mean, I can draw a card, then discard a card, or I can play some creatures. I might swing in the air with the 3/3. Try and work him down a bit. Then do I play the Phantasmal Dragon? I might have to here. Just kill off his like 5/5 or something, providing he doesn't play another swamp. I might be dead this turn, I don't know. I might have to kill off that 3/2 with the Azure Mage. And now he's up to a 6/6, so I really can't kill it off. And what is he just playing? Oh great, so yeah, I think I might have to restart this already. This has not gone well. So he just got some very big creatures out all of a sudden, and that was quite terrifying. Come on game, load already. I was just playing it, for God's sake. We're playing Trovian Separatists, so yeah, I've got to be careful about some of his big creatures that apparently come down. So I'm going to draw a new hand there. That might have to do. We do have the Sphinx's tutelage again though, which is nice, so we can carry on milling him, provided we draw into a land on turn 2 or 3. Land? Yes, there we go. Let's play the Azure Mage. So yeah, I shouldn't have let him take that much health down on me. I should have killed one of them off while I had the chance, basically. It was a bit silly of me, but I was being a bit naive about what he'd carry on playing, basically, I think. So he's playing a Walking Corpse this turn, so that is a 2/1, I believe, as well. That's 2/2, sorry. So I probably want to play Blind Phantasm here, just to act as a blocker against that, and then play Sphinx's tutelage next turn if I don't draw into a land. But I've got to assume I will probably draw into a land, so I'm going to skip attack there. Let him come at me. Come at me, bro. So I basically want to get these Phantasmal Dragons down ASAP and start swinging at his face in the air, because I don't think he's going to have any flying creatures. So target player discards 2 cards. Okay, so probably Nimbus of the Isles, and then probably one of my Phantasmal Dragons, because I really want to be milling him. So I'm going to swing in with the Blind Phantasm this turn. So that discard was kind of painful, as I really wanted those cards, especially wanted the second Phantasmal Dragon. But yeah, maybe I should have tossed away the Sphinx's tutelage. I don't think it's as important as I was making it out to be. I think the second Phantasmal Dragon would have been more important, potentially. But I'm playing it now, so I've just realised I should have played the Blind Phantasm there. It was a bit silly of me. Okay, so you're milling cards. Turn the Tide. Ah, that's going to be useful for later on. So we can swing in with the Blind Phantasm again. I really need that 4th mana to get this Phantasmal Dragon down and start dealing damage in the air to him. Would be nice. Especially as I've got no counter in hand as well. So I may as well play the Blind Phantasm while I've got nothing else to do. So what's he going to play this turn? I'm assuming it's going to be something terrifying. Nothing. Interesting. We do need that mana though. Like really quite badly. Because we can then play both the Separatist Void Mage and the Phantasmal Dragon. But it's just not coming down. We're just swinging like that. Okay, so we're getting down to 12. So as soon as we get that 4th mana down, we're laughing because we've got these 2 cards to play, but the game's being very, very frustrating. Turns out that Phantasmal Dragon wasn't too bad to toss away because I wouldn't have been able to play it anyway. Oh my sweet Jesus, Nightmare is really quite terrifying. Well, I mean, like, really, really terrifying. Phantom Warrior can't be blocked. Oh, that's not too bad. So I can't really do anything this turn, so I'm going to have to skip attack and then just play my Phantom Warrior. And then, like, pray that I get a 4th mana next turn. This is where this is going to be really quite frustrating, I think. I swear to God, this is like the encounter that's going to kill me. Apparently the first 2 were fluke, and this one is just an absolute nightmare. What else is he playing? A Warpath Ghoul. That's not that frightening. Come on, mana! 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 There we go, finally. Let's play the island, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing in with everything, I suppose. I don't really care if he kills off either one of these two. I just want to try and push through as much damage as possible. He's going to let it all go through. Interesting. I'm probably going to play the Separatist Void Mage this turn. Or do I play the Phantasmal Dragon? He can do 9, 12. I think I'm going to have to do this turn. Just bounce it. So he can't actually push through the damage. And then I can murderize either of these two if they swing at my face with the Separatist Void Mage, and then potentially go for the victory. Is he going to replay the Nightmare? I'd assume he would. He's going to go for Gravedigger. What's he digging up then? What the hell was that? So he's playing the Dusk Urchins. Whenever it attacks or blocks, put a -1/-1 counter on it. When it dies, draw a card for each -1/-1 counter on it. Well, fair enough, so you could potentially get 2 card draws from that. I think we've won though, because basically we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's got only 4 creatures. So I think, in theory, we've won. And then I've also got the Turn the Tide as well. I'm just going to play Turn the Tide now, just to be on the safe side. Because even if he blocks, I kill everything, basically. So he can't block. I had an unblockable creature anyway, I think, so... Ah, right, damn, I was too short. For some reason I thought he was only 2 health down. But basically, because I played the Turn the Tide, he is pretty much doomed regardless. That may be an 8/8, but it doesn't have haste, so I think I'm alright on this particular one. Yeah, we're good, guys. I did it this time. Phew, panic over. This looked really quite dire until I got that 4th mana finally. That was just an absolute killer, being completely mana screwed for like 90% of this. Like, come on, 4th mana, I need you. There we go. Fantastic. Cool. So we're up to 650 gold, which is nice. So I got my deck upgraded. So the rebels are scrappy fighters, but they're no match for you. Your best defense, you best their defenses, pull the location from their planned attack from a tactician's mind, and return to report your findings to Al Hammarat. Very nice. So the one at the beginning of the next episode will be knowing one side's plans isn't enough. Al Hammarat needs intel from both sides for a successful arbitration. So you're off again. You run into more troops that you were expecting. Someone important must be visiting the camp, which raises the challenge and potential reward. Okay, so that'll be at the beginning of the next episode. We're going to pop to the store though and buy some boosters. Now we've got 650 gold, so there's no kind of like bonus from buying more packs at once, I think. So I think it's fairly straightforward. So that's 4 times, and that is... I'm just trying to figure this out. So that's 2.5 times? Yeah, that will make sense. So I'm going to have to buy 2 packs for 300 gold, and then buy 2 more packs on top of that. Okay, so let's open all boosters. Card collection? Why the hell didn't I open the boosters? That was weird. That was really weird. I don't know why it did that. Never mind. I think because it... let's open 2 more. Maybe it's because I did open all boosters at once. Maybe I need to open booster to... Ah, right, okay. Apparently opening all boosters was not a good idea, but we've got to gather the pack, Anointer of Champions, Tainted Remedy. If your opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead. An Orchard Spirit can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. Deathbridge Shaman. Ooh, I can go my elf tribal deck. When Deathbridge Shaman dies, target opponent discards a card. And Kytheon's Tactics. And then we've got next booster. Yeah, I didn't mean to open that like so. Apparently you need to open individual boosters and then go through them to open them like this. So we've got a Ring Warden Owl. That's going in my blue-white flying synergy deck. That is awesome. What else we got? Gearcrafter. So this will be for a Thopter deck. Timberwolf Pack. Citadel Castellan, which is Vigilance and Renown 2. That's pretty cool. So that could always go in a what's I'm looking for? Selesnya deck? Yeah. Shadows of the Past. Whenever a creature dies, scry 1. So it's an enchantment. And each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. It's pretty cool. And then we've also got a Soulblade Djinn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control gain +1/+1 until end of turn. Nice. It's pretty cool. Let's get card collection, and I'll see if there was any more new ones. So can I get from new cards? Was there any more that I missed there? Damn, no, apparently let's take off all cards and let's see if there's any other ones that I've seen are fairly new which I missed out on there. Trying to see. Aeronaut Tinkerer, has that been in my deck before? Apparently not. Had not seen that one before. Interesting. Did we get any other cool new ones? Just to see if there's like anything that's like ×1. This is where I got like a Planeswalker and I completely missed it. Just double check that we didn't. Did not get Kytheon. Let's have a quick look. Didn't get Jace, unfortunately. Haven't got any more fairy miscreants yet, which is disappointing. Did get a Soulblade Jin though, which is quite nice. We've got a Sphinx's Tutelage, which is cool. Talent of the Telepath, so he's nice, good for a control deck. Did get a Blightcaster, so whenever an enchantment spell whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you may have a target creature get -2/-2 end of turn. That's pretty cool for a white-black enchantment deck. Any other new ones around here? Can't see many. Let's have a quick look around. Didn't get Liliana. So I would love to get a Planeswalker, but I doubt it's going to happen somehow. Tainted Remedy we got. Undead Servant. So when an Undead Servant enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token on the battlefield for each card named Undead Servant in your graveyard. That's pretty cool. So that's the kind of card that you want to discard and send to your graveyard. It's really interesting. Barrage Ogre. Ooh, we've got a Bellows Lizard. Nice. Ember Hauler. Fiery Impulse. Let's have a quick look around. Where's Chandra? They're all roughly a similar cost. Chandra, no, I haven't gotten Chandra yet, annoyingly. Let's have a quick look around. Anything else? Still only got one Thopter Engineer, but I do now have the other one, the Duraperiod Gearcrafter, which puts 2 Thopter creatures onto the battlefield, which is quite nice. Anything in the greens that we've unlocked? Just another Gather the Pack, another Orchid Spirit, Timber Pack Wolf. Nope, nothing too exciting really. No Planeswalker still, which is kind of sad, but you know, you win some, you lose some. I'm sure I'll get them eventually. Okay, so Rogue's Passage, that's pretty cool. So it's a kind of a non-coloured land that you can also use to make your creature unblockable, which is quite nice. I suppose that'd be quite good for a kind of an enchantment-based one where you throw a load of enchantments on a creature and then allow it to kind of swing through. Also got another one here. Oh wow, so cool. That'd be great in a Thopter deck. Also got an Evolving Wild, so similar. So basically allows you to dig for any basic land, which is quite cool. And we've got all the artifacts as well. Okay, so got some interesting cards. Nothing too special, but I'm sure we'll unlock more. So I'm going to leave the episode there for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.